Now on CoastTV News.
Work is set to begin on 2 bridges along the coast, how it could impact your daily commute. More changes to get one of these memorial stickers commemorating a fallen trooper, what Back the Blue organizers say they're doing tonight. New video of Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro arriving in New York, saying Happy New Year to officers when he's due in court.
And we could be in for an unusual warm-up for the rest of the work week. Details coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Road work ahead on 2 main roads on Delmarva. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf. We begin tonight with 2 major bridge repairs happening along the coast. Fenwick Island and Ocean City will see bridge repairs starting Monday. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappé shows us the scope of the projects and what drivers think.
The Lighthouse Road Bridge near Fenwick Island and the Route 50 Bridge into Ocean City will both see work beginning Monday. And while some drivers say the timing makes sense,
this time of the year, the winter, is the best time to do it.
Others say one project will create challenges.
It will cause some conflict for my commute.
According to the Maryland State Highway Administration, the Route 50 bridge will have a total lane closure between January 20th and February 3rd, with occasional lane closures before and after that period. Crews will replace the nose lock assembly and make repairs to the floor beams, which requires the movable section of the bridge to remain in its upright position. Officials say the repairs are needed to keep the 84-year-old bridge in good working condition. Kristen Friedman takes Route 50 into West Ocean City 4 days a week for work. She says a drive that usually takes 5 minutes will now take more than 40 minutes using the detour. Still, she says the delay is worth it.
For us, it's going to be better if the bridge is all taken care of and shored up and great for all the commuters.
Work will also begin Monday on the Lighthouse Road Bridge in Fenwick Island. DelDOT says most of the activity between January 5th and April 30th will focus on preparation for a future bridge replacement. And officials expect to keep both lanes of traffic open with little actual work on the current structure during this time. DelDOT's plan includes a 484-foot bridge that will be wider and feature a shared-use bike lane for pedestrians and cyclists. David Lawrence says the addition of a bike lane is important for safety.
It's quite dangerous because you never really see people till you get over the hill. Whether they're coming in the other direction. To have a lane for bikers, I think would be hugely important.
With work on both bridges getting underway, drivers may see changes to their normal commutes in the coming weeks. I'm Kevin Zappé, Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Again, that total closure on Route 50 is not until January 20th until February 3rd. When that happens, drivers will be sent up Route 113, across Route 90, and then back on Coastal Highway into Ocean City. Speaking of Ocean City, let's go ahead and take a live look outside there. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams is tracking our forecast.
Well, right now we're actually enjoying relatively mild conditions, and believe it or not, we have an unusual warming trend. I know, right? That doesn't sound like I'm talking about winter weather. We have an unusual warming trend that's going to kick in for the rest of this week. But anyway, right now we're not quite that warm. We're at 33 degrees, just 1 degree above freezing at this point, and we anticipate it staying really clear. Now, throughout the rest of the area, we anticipate it continue to stay relatively clear for us. We were concerned about winds from earlier from last week. The winds have finally died down a bit, and they're going to start shifting out to the south, which is helpful. So this is actually a bit of good news. The temperatures will feel a lot closer to the actual air temperatures over the next few hours in a row, going into the next, let's say, day. So starting at 7 o'clock, we're going to be at 28, and it's going to feel like 28. But guess what, Maddie? It's going to start feeling a lot better than that as we go throughout the rest of the work week.
Paul, thank you. Support continues for the family of a trooper killed in the line of duty just before Christmas. After a successful event in Newark Saturday, the Blue Line Network says it is considering future memorial sticker events. They would be in Kent and Sussex counties. As in Newark, drivers could get a memorial sticker for fallen trooper Matthew Ty Snook. Organizers say they're ordering more stickers, and they stress those memorial stickers are not for sale and are only distributed at special events. Back the Blue is donation-based, with all money going to the Snook family. Organizers say they plan to provide more details on future events soon. Trooper Snook will be laid to rest tomorrow. A celebration of life is at the Bob Carpenter Center at UD in Newark. State police say the service will be live streamed on their YouTube channel around noon. The memorial service is expected to start at 1. Drivers are expected delays there. Police say please be patient. There will be a temporary closure of I-95 southbound near the mall for a law enforcement convoy. You are looking at video showing ousted Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro being escorted by federal agents ahead of being taken to a New York detention center. The leader and his wife is now facing several drug and weapon charges. Jen Sullivan reports on the next steps for the South American country and new reaction today from Capitol Hill.
The deposed president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, now a prisoner of the United States. Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were captured by U.S. forces overnight Saturday following intense missile strikes in the country's capital city of Caracas.
Maduro and his wife, both indicted, gave up and were taken into custody.
Venezuela's ousted leader, now behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City, where he faces multiple drug and weapons charges, including narco-terrorism conspiracy and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States. Maduro has denied being involved in drug trafficking. Maduro's capture now raising many questions about who is now in charge of Venezuela.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
On NBC's Meet the Press, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying a regime is the goal.
The goal of the policy is to see changes in Venezuela that are beneficial to the United States, first and foremost, because that's who we work for, but also, we believe, beneficial for the people of Venezuela.
While Maduro was seen by many as an authoritarian leader who violated human rights, the action to capture him and his wife has raised serious concerns about the U.S. violating international law.
Maduro could, in fact, be a bad actor, but there is a process that needs to be played.
Meanwhile, congressional Democrats are raising concerns about the nature of U.S. actions in Venezuela and claim that the Trump administration bypassed Congress.
Only Congress has the power to declare war.
The Trump administration says nothing they've done so far has required congressional approval. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Despite President Trump saying the U.S. will, quote, run Venezuela, a Venezuelan court has now directed Venezuela's vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, to assume the powers and duties of acting president. Rodriguez called Maduro's detention a kidnapping, quote, and demanded his release, adding that Maduro is, quote, the sole president of Venezuela. That appears to fly in the face of a statement by President Donald Trump, who said Rodriguez was ready to work with the U.S. The actions in Venezuela have many asking, is the U.S. at war? Secretary of State Marco Rubio says no. He says the U.S. is at war against drug trafficking organizations, not Venezuela. According to Rubio, there are no U.S. forces on the ground in Venezuela. Senator Chuck Schumer, the minority leader, says the War Powers Act will come to the floor in Congress, and this week, if Congress votes on the act, Schumer says the president then cannot do another thing in Venezuela without the okay of Congress. And all of this brings us to our CoastTV poll tonight. We want to know, how will actions in Venezuela affect the U.S. image abroad? Take a look at the results so far. 25% saying improve it, 44% saying hurt it, 31% say no change. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that at CoastTV.com or our mobile app. And Starlink has announced free internet service in Venezuela. The company, owned by Elon Musk, said it would do so until February 3rd. Metrics from NetBlocks showed a sudden loss of internet connectivity in parts of the capital Saturday. It said that corresponded to power cuts during the U.S. military operation. Local media reports also suggest there's no internet connection in some parts of the capital. Still to come on Coast TV News, de-decorating Christmas, where you can safely dispose of your tree.
And you see where these temperatures are right now? We're in the 30s, near freezing, but believe it or not, I'm expecting a 30-degree jump.
Housing in Millsboro, how long the town may press pause on new developments like these. That story when we return.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
A truck crashed into a utility pole near East Trap Pond Road and Dusty Road. You see the photo here from the Georgetown Fire Company. It came in just after 5 p.m. Saturday. Now, as you can see here, that accident did bring power lines down across the roadway. Good news, though, Georgetown Fire says nobody was hurt. On Monday night, Millsboro Town Council will weigh a 6-month moratorium on new development. On the table is pausing new residential development applications so the town can consider the impact of new affordable housing regulations. All this according to the council agenda. Coming up next, we have Paul Williams. You see him there in the Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with your full forecast.
So it's not something you usually hear in the month of January, but hey, there's a unique warming trend we expect for the entire week. And we'll peak possibly close to record highs, believe it or not. Yeah, we're going to warm that kind of way before it's all said and done. But right now, we're still on the cool side of the pillow. We're at 30 degrees ocean view with the winds out of the north relatively calm. Now, we're going to stay below freezing for the rest of the night, and we'll see increasing cloud cover at ocean view right around the 10 o'clock hour. But generally speaking, relatively quiet. Still on the chill side. I mean, think about it. We're at 37 degrees at Indian River Inlet as well as Lewis. However, we're at freezing or below freezing in most locations other than that, with the other exception being Ocean City, which is at 36 degrees, 29 right now in Willards, 32 in Georgetown, as well as Seaford and Bridgeville. But overall, we're about 1 to 4 degrees, a little bit on the warmer side than we were just 24 hours ago. So we're going to be tracking the trending temperatures because we've been trending lower than usual, but now we're going to start trending a little bit higher than usual. We're staying relatively quiet in the upper atmosphere at this present time, and we're going to stay that way. We take a look at our overnight forecast models, and our high resolution rapid refresh model is indicating we'll stay cloudy in the early morning hours. We could see maybe a hint right now. This is a hint of a flurry throughout Easton and Salisbury at about 8 o'clock in the morning. Then after that, that slides throughout along Highway 113 by about 9 o'clock, and then it moves right off of the shore. I'm not saying that's a sure bet, but this model's been pretty dependable in catching anomalies, and that's sort of an anomaly development. That's the reason why I showed it to you, because it was, well, from a scientific standpoint, neat to look at too, okay? So I'm nerding out. Anyway, for the next dozen hours, we're looking for temperatures staying pretty close to the norm for this time of year, a little bit below. We've been on the cool side, but we've been talking temperature trends. So everywhere where you see blue, that means we've been below the norm or well below the norm, and the red is where we've been above. So we haven't had many red strikes here, but we had a whole lot of blue. We're going to flip this over the next 10 days because that's how dramatic things are going to kind of change for us. Winds are coming out of the south for Monday and for Tuesday, so that's going to set the stage for that little warm-up that's going to kick in. Think about this. The normal high is about 46. Normal low is about 29. Today we got up to 38. Tomorrow we get up to 43 degrees, for example. We already start rolling the ball in the right direction. 46 in Vienna, by the way, and 46 for the high in Snow Hill and Pocomoke City. So we start off cloudy, then we clear out a bit, but then we go back to being cloudy by the afternoon in the 40s. Tuesday we start off in the 30s. We end up in the 50s by Tuesday. And so we start trending in the right direction. Now, as far as chances of rain is concerned, it stays depressed till we get to, let's say, Friday and Saturday. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we start rolling towards higher temperatures, 46 to 50 to 53, 46 to 53 to 56 for Fenwick Island. And then we go from 53 to 57 in Lewis. So we start warming up in the right direction. And finally, with your extended forecast, hey, we may peak at 60 by next Saturday.
Taking ornaments off the tree where you can recycle your Christmas tree. Up next. If you're taking down your Christmas tree this weekend, here is what to do. In Maryland, the state says check your county or local public works department. In Ocean City, there's a free tree drop at the 100th Street lot through January 15th. In Delaware, DNREC has a list of 17 places in Sussex County you can drop off your tree safely, though some do charge. And if you keep your tree at home, well, the Maryland Department of the Environment says a brush pile from the tree could actually help backyard wildlife. Up next on Coast TV News, a look ahead at the Winter Olympics. The story behind these ice dancers going for gold, up next. The Winter Olympics are just a little over a month away, and ahead of the competition, we are learning more about Team USA. Tonight, ice dance partners and newlyweds, Madison Chalk and Evan Bates, play a game to see how in sync they are off the rink.
You guys want to play a game?
Yeah.
All right. Did you ever see the newlywed game? Are you ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Who made the first move? Ooh, we got a winner. Who spends more money? All seem to be in agreement there. Who is always waiting?
Are we in sync? I feel like we're in sync.
Totally in sync. Who is more fun?
He's way more fun.
Very sweet answers here. Last one.
I put you. You're definitely more fun.
You're more fun.
Who is the first to say, I love you? Split decision.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
thought it was you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Madison Chuck and Evan Bates.
And don't forget the Winter Olympics run February 6th to the 22nd, only here on Coast TV. As we take a live look outside into Rehoboth Beach, one more check on your forecast after this.
Right now in Dover, listen, we're going to drop back down to 27 degrees with scattered cloud cover. By the way, remember, you can always call and check on your forecast. Your forecast is just a call away. 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. I am bringing you tidings of good news. Warmer weather kicks in, particularly after Monday. We get into the upper 50s to even near 60s. By the time we get to Saturday, a little rain, but you know what? I'll trade off a little rain for much warmer weather.
I love it, Paul. Thank you. And thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. Be sure to join us tonight after Sunday Night Football. Until then, have a great night.